And now it looks like there won't be much of a world left for you or your brother and sister to live in.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best series finales that help TV shows go out with a bang. Warning, massive spoilers ahead.
How did you capture what it was really like? How we felt, and how we made each other laugh, and how we got through the day.
Number 10. Goodbye, Blackadder. Each season of this British sitcom is set in a different time period, with Rowan Atkinson playing variations of the title character in Blackadder. Its very last edition is hysterically funny, despite being set in the trenches of World War I.
But this time, absolutely Paz will break through. It's ice cream in Berlin in 15 days.
Or ice cold in no man's land in 15 seconds. Now, the time has come to get out of this madness once and for all.
Blackadder pretends to have lost his mind in order to be discharged, but it doesn't work out. He finds himself leading a troop of doomed soldiers to their deaths in place of their commanding officers.
How are you feeling, darling?
Not all that good, Blackadder. Rather hoped I'd get through the whole show.
The jokes all stop once these men realize they're about to die. The episode garnered critical acclaim, including a review from the AV Club that called it the best episode of the series and one of the best series finales in television history.
Well, I'm afraid it'll have to wait. Whatever it was, I'm sure it was better than my plan to get out of this by pretending to be mad. I mean, who would have noticed another madman around here?
Number 9. Hello, losers. Killing Eve.
You're about to embark on some mad endgame. When in fact you know deep down you're just a woman who likes an inappropriately timed croissant on a hungover Sunday morning.
For 4 seasons, viewers watched MI6 agent Eve Pilastri play a dangerous game with the sociopathic assassin Villanelle. Many Killing Eve fans hoped their globetrotting cat and mouse adventures would end with a real romance, but their exploits catch up with them in the final scene of the series.
Smart. They're here. We've got to get on before it leaves.
After Eve's former superior at the agency orchestrates Villanelle's assassination, Villanelle and Eve jump into the River Thames as sniper fire rains down on them. Although Villanelle seems irredeemably evil, she ultimately dies protecting Eve. Her arc is complete, but at what cost? She sinks to the bottom of the river while Eve can only scream in grief. It's a bracing and merciless episode.
Don't open your mouth. Just seen a dead fox.
Number 8. One Flew Out of the Cuckoo's Nest. The Golden Girls.
I mean, what can you say about 7 years of fights and laughter, secrets, cheesecake?
Tuning into this sitcom about single women and their golden years sharing a house in Miami was like a warm hug. In the 2-part finale of The Golden Girls, the jokes are as witty as ever, but the tears aren't far away either. Dorothy marries Blanche's uncle Lucas, and the 4 women, Blanche, Dorothy, Rose, and Sophia, face a future without each other.
And that these are memories that I'll wrap myself in when the world gets cold and I forget that there are people who are warm and loving.
They share a group hug before Dorothy leaves for the airport, or at least tries to leave. She runs back in for another hug, and then another. But once it's clear she's really gone, the episode closes as the remaining trio tearfully hug each other. There is no punchline. They're as sad to part ways as we are to see them go.
Dorothy, is this goodbye?
I love you. Always.
Number 7. Whenever You're Ready. The Good Place.
Well, this may not come as a surprise to any of you, but I'm ready to go.
This philosophically grounded sitcom that takes place in the afterlife always found a way to add a new wrinkle to the story. The finale of The Good Place adds yet another complication. The main characters can choose to end their time in the afterlife.
The wave returns to the ocean, where it came from, and where it's supposed to be.
We follow them as they each decide when it's time to step into the great unknown. The selfish Eleanor Shellstrop finally learns her lesson and makes her first real selfless decision, and Chidi finally makes a decision as well. The finale is profound and sad in a way that still feels true to the show's humor and overarching ideas.
To me, remembering moments with you is the same as living in them.
Could you just remember the happy times and forget the bad stuff?
There was no bad stuff. It was all good.
Number 6, Made in America, The Sopranos. Tony is in dire straits in the end of season 6 of The Sopranos. He finds himself staring down the barrel of an all-out mob war with New York, resulting in several of his crew getting killed or hospitalized.
Oh, come on. I beat cancer once. You got no idea what that does to you.
Yeah, I know, but Jesus, you got
Richie April, Ralphie MIA, Vito.
When the screen suddenly goes black at the end of the episode, it would be understandable if viewers thought their cable went out. Instead of tying up the story with a bow, they did the most Sopranos thing they could do.
In the midst of death, we are in life, eh? Or is it the other way around?
I think it's the other way around.
They left Tony's fate unresolved. Whether he dies now or dies later, he and his family will always be living in limbo. HBO's masterful mob series never provided easy answers, and it wasn't about to start.
I really can't reveal much more.
Right. Even though we're paying.
Number 5, finale, The Office.
Every day when I came into work, all I wanted to do was leave. So why in the world does it feel so hard to leave right now?
Given the zany antics that had become standard at Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, its last hour is surprisingly heartfelt. Taking place a full year after the previous episode, The Office finale finishes all the loose narrative threads. It's full of touching moments, like Erin finally meeting her birth parents and Michael Scott making a surprise appearance at Dwight and Angela's wedding.
Michael. I can't believe you came. That's what she said.
For all the sweetness, there's also a sense of melancholy throughout the whole thing. It's impossible not to put on the nostalgia goggles as you're watching this family of weirdos say goodbye to their good old days. Please someone tell a joke before we run out of tissues.
There's a lot of beauty in ordinary things. Isn't that kind of the point?
Number 4, Everyone's Waiting, 6 Feet Under.
I have no idea how to do this.
You just say goodbye.
The tone of this hit HBO series always tended to sit comfortably between dramatic and comedic. But the closing scene of 6 Feet Under was just straight up poetic.
Oh, I want to take a picture of everyone.
Can't take a picture of this, it's already gone.
As Claire Fisher leaves her family behind for New York, we're shown a montage of how they all meet their end. It's an emotional and deeply moving sequence. It's also devastating. You can't just make us fall in love with these people and then remind us that they'll die once the story is over. But that's the whole point. If we've learned anything from watching the Fisher family and their funeral home for 5 seasons, it's that death is inevitable. Okay, fine, but not for them, please. Number 3, Felina, Breaking Bad. Let's just say things are not going well for Walter White. His long-held double life as a drug lord has never been less secret, and by the series finale of Breaking Bad, he's gone full-on fugitive.
I need the money. I've spent almost all of mine already. Just trying to stay one step ahead of the police.
Watching him try to make amends and get his final revenge on the criminal associates who have wronged him make for a bittersweet conclusion. Walt is finally honest about why he turned to crime, but it's a little too late for that now.
I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it.
There's no possible way this can end well for him. Yet the show still manages to twist the knife at every turn. It's an explosive conclusion to an unforgettable show.
Say the words! Say you want this! Nothing happens until I hear you say it.
I want this.
Number 2, changing nature, dinosaurs.
It sounds like we'd be declaring war on nature. Exactly! But, sir, our last quick fix solution sort of backfired on us. Huh? Maybe we should think twice before unleashing the unholy fires of hell.
Extreme problems call for extreme solutions.
Due to some broadcasting weirdness, this series finale wasn't the last episode that aired of this puppet-centered children's show from Jim Henson. However, it was the last one produced, and it's definitely the end of the story.
As thick black clouds of sulfurous gas and soot now shroud the entire planet, blotting the sun from the sky and causing global temperatures to drop precipitously.
So maybe we'll get snow instead of rain.
The show Dinosaurs ends on the most depressing possible note as the family patriarch Megalosaurus Earl Sneed Sinclair inadvertently causes the ice age that will kill off all the dinosaurs. That includes the entire family at its center, even Baby. It's not the first episode where the show conveys its deeply environmental message to its young viewership, but it was easily the most straightforward and depressing one.
And taking a look at the long-range forecast, continued snow, darkness, and extreme cold. This is Howard Handupme. Good night. Goodbye.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Goodbye, farewell, and amen. MASH.
Ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes ago at 10:01 this morning, the truce was signed in Panmunjom. The hostilities will end 12 hours from now at 10 o'clock. The war is over!
The long-running joke about this Korean war sitcom is that it lasted even longer than the war it was set in. MASH had come a long way from its laugh track-filled beginnings. Over the years, it had towed the line between comedy and drama, openly confronting the psychological toll of war. This culminated in a television film that served as the MASH series finale.
Why did you make me remember that?
You had to get it out in the open. Now we're halfway home.
The generally good-humored Hawkeye is haunted by an incident involving an enemy patrol and a refugee's desperate act to stay hidden. Exploring the mental toll of war, the emotional finale became the most-watched TV episode in U.S. history.
May they have a long, wonderful life filled with love and peace. And so may we all.
Amen. Amen. What series finale caught you off guard? Tell us in the comments.
I'll say this to you, my friend, with all the love in my heart and all the wisdom of the universe. Take it sleazy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.